everybody, and welcome to a serendipitous wild ride with Steve-O. This is the final podcast of the year of 2024, and let me tell you that every future year, the way I see it, is all about my radical ranch. That's just where I'm going to live out my days. And this episode dives into the radical ranch and specifically how I met my ranch hand, Daniel. He is this epic kid who I've known for, 10 years now? Almost 10 years. Yep. And it's epic. We got together at the ranch with the guys, and I heard stuff that I didn't even know about. It was very revealing and it's very vulnerable too. Like this one's for the fans, and I hope everybody appropriately becomes a fan of Daniel. Put his Instagram on there too, and for God's sakes, let's get into it. Ladies and gentlemen, people of the universe, this one's gonna be crucial. I bring to you my ranch hand, Daniel, who's never been on a mic on the podcast before. Grab that mic and introduce yourself. Full name.
Hi, my name is Daniel Amaya, and I am Steve-O's ranch hand.
Yeah, ranch hand. Now, full disclosure, after I committed to the name The Radical Ranch for this property, long after, I looked up the definition for the word ranch, and this isn't a ranch. A ranch is typically I think 50,000 acres. Not that are you looking up the definition of word ranch?
Yeah.
Isaac over here.
Image searching ranch? Oh.
A large farm, especially in the western U.S. and Canada.
Where cattle are bred. It's breeding animals that is at the crux of the definition of the word ranch. We're not breeding anything. But with that said, you're my ranch hand. I don't do things right.
I mean, we've been using dressing on our salads, you know.
Right. But I'm not suggesting that it's not the radical ranch, and I'm not suggesting that you're not my ranch hand. I'm just calling it out that when we use that term, we're dumb.
Yeah.
And I don't mind being dumb.
No, clearly not.
We've also got the gorgeous Paul Brisky in the house.
Hi, everybody.
Man, this is a whole new cast of characters, kind of. They know Paul Brisky, but it's a treat. Never met Daniel. And Isaac, this is the second time you've been on a microphone?
This is the second time.
First time on camera or what?
I was on camera last time as well. I'm honored to be here with you guys.
Okay, now, you've been like the quintessential Jamie for Rogan, bringing all the stuff up on the computer, not on camera.
Yeah.
And it's been a tremendous value add to the podcast.
Thank you, Steve. I hope the people at home agree.
Yeah, I mean, if people are watching the podcast on YouTube, then they're seeing it all baked in.
Yeah. Yeah, like you're recording this, right? You're screen recording? Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's a great addition.
So there we go. Now,
but wait, let's talk about Daniel for a minute. Like, when did you? Because
I met Daniel almost 10 years ago, 2015.
And how did that go?
I'll let Daniel tell the story.
Daniel, please.
Yeah, so Steve was coming through El Paso, Texas, doing his stand-up comedy. I got a text from my buddy Zane that you were in town, and I thought there's got to be something else he's doing in town. I don't know what. I just started Googling Steve-O, El Paso, Texas, and I didn't find anything. I kind of gave up on it, and then ironically, I was on YouTube later, and I saw you do like a interview on it's called the KLAQ in El Paso, and in that interview, you said you're gonna do a contest. That's kind of like a Jackass themed contest called the Sombrero Contest, and the thing was you have to wear a sombrero and participate in little.
Like, you had to come to the show wearing a sombrero, or this was separate from the show?
It's so interesting how people can remember the same events so differently. But yeah, you're right on there. at the time, I was prolific on Snapchat, which ironically I'm just doing again for the first time. Regularly posting me posting the personal stories on the Snap profile, which is different from the Snap shows.
Wow.
Right, but I was prolific on Snapchat at the time and social media in general, and I was just on a bender, just on one, I'm gonna arrange meetups and have crazy stuff happening. I envisioned that I might try to pitch a television show of some sort where it's I'm gonna use social media to just create ruckus, because in my history with social media, I've never asked for something and not just gotten it, it's a tool that I've been able to. Wow. So in El Paso, Texas, I think I'm gonna have a contest. In order to enter the contest, you have to show up wearing a sombrero.
Oh, I see.
But the contest consisted of a number of different events. We were gonna have a belly flop into salsa kind of a thing. 'Cause it's El Paso, Texas. You know what I mean? We ended up doing
The salsa flows like water out there.
we ended up doing a hot sauce slip and slide or something, a salsa slip and slide.
Yeah, I guess that's what it was. Because I arrived to the contest late.
Ooh.
Yeah, I was. So I called up a bunch of my buddies. Hey, we got to go to this contest, and I thought at least one of my friends would be like, "Oh my God, Steve-O, are you crazy? We're there," and nobody wanted to come.
Nobody gave a fuck.
I thought you had fans. What?
No, it was more of they had to go to work and stuff like that. And
right.
Just things they weren't willing to cancel.
Excuses.
And
I see a lot of backpedaling going on.
And so I almost didn't go for that reason. I'm like, damn, none of my friends want to come. Forget it. I slept in the next day, and at the last minute, I kind of looked at the clock. I knew I was going to be late if I decided to go at that moment. I didn't even have a sombrero, but I said, "Fuck." Sorry. I said,
yeah, dude, you can swear.
You can say fuck, dude.
We try not to overdo it.
Yeah.
But it's okay.
All right. I said, you know what? Forget this. And I got up. I drove to Party City to get a sombrero because this is El Paso. There's going to be sombreros everywhere.
Yeah.
And,
I'm surprised you didn't have one.
Just
I'm offended that you didn't have one.
I know. So I
Get out.
Yeah, I thought you were going to be I was already wearing my sombrero, luckily.
And they had this kid-sized sombrero. And it didn't fit me, so I had to keep it on my head the whole time. But
It was like a sombrero yarmulke.
yeah. And I couldn't find the contest. I was in the middle of the desert. I couldn't find it. My phone was gonna die. I was out of gas. There was all these factors against me, and I said, I'm gonna go back home. Fuck it, I tried. And I made a U-turn, and I was going back home, and suddenly a car appeared. I'm in the middle of the desert by myself. There's nobody else. A car appears almost as if God sent it to me or something. And there's 4 guys in there, and all of them are wearing sombreros. And I rolled down my window and I said, "Can I follow you guys? I think I know where you're going." And they're like, "We got you." So I followed them to the contest. And I got to the part where they were doing the belly flop, I think, into the salsa.
We didn't have that kind of salsa. We didn't have salsa like that.
Yeah.
You didn't have enough to belly flop.
Yeah, we didn't have it like that. We had it was regular belly flop into water.
Oh, it was just regular water.
Maybe it was a kiddie pool.
It was a kiddie pool, yeah.
But it was just regular water.
With salsa sprinkled in, or no? Not
I
even.
think it was just like a sombrero belly flop.
Sombrero.
I was kind of half-assed. What was the nut kick component? There's you. I don't remember making people take nut shots. I think I had retired from that at that point. But you said that you kicked someone in the nuts or something.
Yeah. So you threw a football at my nuts, and that ended up being so there were 3 different parts of the contest. The first one was the slide. The second one was a belly flop, and then you were trying to come up with a third one on the spot. And you said, you were
So
kind of
prepared, you know,
Yeah, you
like
had nothing.
you invited us all in the middle of the desert and you're just making it up as you go.
You suck.
And so you're looking around, and I think you guys had hula hoops and like a football, and then you're like, all right, who wants to take a football to the nuts? And I thought every guy there would be like, me, jumping over each other. I was the only one that was like, I'll do it.
Wow.
And then you're like, okay, fair enough. I stepped forward, and you were about 5 feet from me.
Did I hit you in the nuts?
Yeah.
Man.
And the funny part is I didn't even sign an NDA because I got there late.
NDA. That's me. You don't tell nobody.
What about a waiver?
Yeah, I think I a hazardous activity release.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, no,
You're not going to tell anybody about this. Not a word.
So you're like 5 feet from me. You
Did
hit
I
me.
kick the ball or did I throw it?
You just throw it.
Okay.
Yeah, and it hit
Was
me.
it a good throw?
It hit me like directly in between my two balls. Like he's so pro. And
Were we blindfolded, like somewhere over your face?
nah,
Oh, and you didn't flinch and move out of the way?
I was just looking at you.
Oh, wow. He was just lost in your eyes.
Dude, savage. Savage.
Thank God you didn't sign that NDA. We're getting all this juice.
Yeah. So then after I got up off the ground in pain, you were like, you looked around and you said, okay, and then you picked somebody. You said, how about you and Daniel hula hoop, and then you throw the football at each other's nuts. And I threw it and I hit him right in the balls. It was the best nut shot that I ever threw in my life. And he.
How many nut shots have you thrown in your life?
Oh, that's a good question. I was probably really rusty on my nut shot throwing. Maybe when I was 10, me and my brothers or something.
Right, okay. I wanted to say for the record very quickly, I've never made anybody sign an NDA once in my life. I've never even had an NDA for anyone to sign.
If anything, you're like,
yeah.
you better go tell everybody how awesome this was.
Yeah, yeah.
Wait, Daniel, let me help you with this. I'm just going to make it a little taller for you.
This is great stuff. I didn't know anything about that stuff before. So I remember weren't there two
Thank you,
winners,
Paul.
or was there only like one winner? Because they were going to do something the next day, right?
There was 3 winners.
Oh, there were 3 winners.
Yeah. So me and this guy trade football nut shots. I hit him in the balls. He hits me in the leg. So I advance and he's out. And then the other 2 guys, the belly flop and the slip and slide guy,
that's right.
they
Okay,
advance with me. So now it's like the finale or whatever, and the finals. And then so you said, okay, the 3 of you go home, come up with something cool that we can film, and then I'm gonna give you an address. You're gonna show up tomorrow, bring your ideas, and we're gonna pick the best idea among you 3, and then we'll shoot. We're gonna film it. And then I couldn't even believe like how fast everything was going. But I went home and I came up with a thing called Pee Pee Supersoaker Deathmatch, where I went to go buy 3 Super Soakers, and I thought, if me and the 2 other contestants fill our Super Soakers with piss, with our own piss, and we wear white T-shirts, we kind of set up a perimeter and shoot each other and see.
Who ends up with the most piss on them?
Yeah,
Or
but
the least?
More importantly, who has the least piss
Yeah.
on them wins the overall contest, because it's easy to go up to somebody and shoot them with a Super Soaker. It's not as easy when they're gonna shoot. They're gonna shoot
Right.
you with their piss. So it was cool. So like,
Man, I don't remember any of this at all, and we definitely didn't film that, did?
no, because one of the other contestants wasn't down with it. Like, one guy was, and then the third guy wasn't.
Did you guys film any of this? Like, I've never seen the footage.
The footage exists. I'm going to have to dig up that footage. But you know what nobody needs to dig up is a reason to get into the e-commerce business world. Whether you're in it or not, it's time to start, and the way to fulfill your orders is ShipStation. And little interesting fact, now all of my merch is being fulfilled from Tennessee at at the Radical Ranch by my man Daniel, who's my warehouse manager at Tightbox Packing, Tennessee. So rad. And how does he do it? Well, when an order comes in, it prints out on his little printer, and he takes the label, puts it on the box, puts in the box the goods that are to be shipped, and they're out the door. It's that simple. And you get the best rates with ShipStation from the United States Postal Service, UPS, FedEx. And no matter how you're selling your goods, if it's on Amazon or Etsy or your own website, easy. It's all in one super easy to use interface. And it makes it the most effortless, the most cost effective, and it's the way to be most successful. So if you want to try for 60 days absolutely for free, you can go to ShipStation.com and use the promo code STEVO. Again, it's a completely risk-free 60-day trial. That's 2 months for you to figure out how easy it is and how successful you can become. So go to ShipStation.com and use the promo code STEVO to start that 60-day free trial. Now let's get back to it. All of the footage exists, and I imagined that it was going to be for a YouTube video, and we just never even edited it.
Wow.
So on my whiteboard for like the YouTube video ideas, there's how Daniel got his job at the ranch.
So I got to find it. It's just on a hard drive somewhere. Like it's probably on
it'll
the
be
QNet.
like the first 6 months of 2015. Probably, I'd guess around April or May.
It was May. I remember because it was 4 days before my birthday. So it was like May 16th or something.
It's crazy how the certain things that my memory is really good. I don't remember any of that other stuff.
Yeah, but you know like the date. Yeah. I'm just shocked this was a multi-day event. You know, you're just like winging it, and it's like I don't know. It's kind of a whole. It's a big production.
Right. So what we did do, there was going to be like some kind of a hidden camera prank. We were like ordering stuff to the hotel room. Right.
So this is the funny part. So the guy passed on the Super Soaker idea, and then he said, "Okay, walk a lap around the hotel, try to come up with something original," because the other guys had like jackass ideas already that had been in the movies and stuff.
Yeah, it's not.
And then you said, let's do some original shit. And I was bummed because I threw all my eggs in one basket with that one idea. Like I went to Toys R Us. I remember I took my brother with me. I bought all the gear. I bought the waters that me and the contestants would need to drink to fill up our
Eating asparagus. The day before.
Asparagus, yeah.
Have that lethal fucking.
Eating pineapple.
Like a gentleman.
And so and then we all were trying to like come up with new ideas, and eventually like I think that I just knocked on your hotel door, and I was like, "Hey man, I gotta take a piss. Do you mind if I use your bathroom?" Yeah, go for it. So I take a piss. I come out. I'm about to walk out the door, and you say, "Hey Daniel, wait a second. This one idea you had about like," I said we should go to McDonald's in like Speedos or something stupid, and you're just like, "I like that, but we would need permits to film at McDonald's. So why don't we just do it here, and we'll prank like delivery people?" And you said, all right. Then Tommy and Scott got the cameras, and you guys
Tommy was there sick.
Yeah, everybody was setting up the shot, and then you kind of forgot about the other two contestants. They just were out there wandering and trying to come up with original
one guy
ideas.
was a pussy, and the other guy was an asshole. I have no idea.
And then we started inviting people. Ordering
delivery, and don't they have like protocol? We're like, oh yeah, come on in. They're like, oh no, I'm gonna like stay out here.
Yeah,
they're like afraid to go into a hotel room. Delivery people.
Yeah,
so it's kind of a bust. Like,
oh yeah, we're trying to get them inside.
I forget. I mean, I don't know. I'm just filling in blanks that are totally blank.
Yeah, what you had me do was like start eating the food. Like I'm trying it out before I pay them, and just to keep that going as long as possible. Like I'm just eating the food.
Okay, it's kind of good.
Yeah, until they either snap or leave or something
Yeah, I
like
gotta
that.
go. It's like, hey, or you eat like a few bites, like, man, this like kind of isn't that dope, dude.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah.
Or you turn around like, who ordered pizza? Like, I don't think this is ours. Well, moral of the story is Daniel's a legend.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you, Paul.
And okay, so at the time, and this was like pretty impressive to both me and Scott. You were like working at a grocery store, and you'd been there for like years. Yeah. Like the most loyal like grocery bagger. Or like that was that the deal?
Yeah, I was working at Albertsons as a courtesy clerk.
I mean, and you were just like how many years had you?
I think at that point it was like 7.
Like 7 years.
Wow.
I mean,
Yeah, it was
dude,
my
that's-
first job in high school, and I was just still there when I was about to turn 24.
I mean, that's a rare cat who hangs on to his courtesy clerk job at Albertsons for 7 years.
Company man.
Yeah, and we just took a liking to you, and Scott, of his own initiative, like really maintained contact with you. So, future years, whenever we would like be in the vicinity of El Paso, even if we were in like Dallas or something, if we were in Texas, basically Daniel was there to like, just give us a ride or whatever, and we just like always maintained that contact, and we always just had this love for Daniel. And then when we got the warehouse down in San Diego, we ended up moving Daniel out to San Diego.
Well, there's a piece of the story you're missing is we were in Dallas on tour, and you came to the show.
Yeah.
And you like helped out with the merch. That's when I met you.
Mm-hmm.
And then
And,
what was
and
it?
I was doing some of the thing. I had like some crazy acrobat kids like
Yeah,
jumping
yeah.
from
Peter
the-
Tea Time was with us.
Yeah, Peter Tea Time.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's doing like flips off the tour bus,
Right.
into like a
Oh, I
back of
remember
a
that.
pickup truck or something. Like,
Yep.
And he did it like the bus is just hauling ass down the road, and he's doing flips off the bus onto the merch trailer that's being towed behind.
Yeah.
and he like rolls out, just lands on the road.
The kid was amazing.
Peter Tea Time.
Yeah,
he
Peter
was
Tea
sick.
Time. And Preston was with us too.
Yeah, Preston was driving the pickup truck. Peter Tea Time jumps from the pickup truck and like catches on his fingertips like the roof of the tour bus, like climbs up while the whole thing's hauling
Right.
ass down the road, and
Oh, wow.
then he goes and does like this crazy barrel flip off the bus.
Yeah, like onto the trailer or something. Anyway,
And so Daniel was just like hanging around helping us shoot that. Yeah.
no, but Daniel, were you there for that?
Yeah.
Okay, but then Daniel was offered like a job, right? You were like, Scott or someone was like, you
Yeah,
should
it
come
was
on
like-
tour with us, and you were like, no, I can't.
Oh yeah,
And
that's
it was
right.
like, oh shit, and it was like, and
It was
the-
because you had a like. You were like, I might be like in a relationship. I'm not sure.
yeah, you
And
just
we're
started
like,
a new
"Dude."
relationship. You weren't ready to
I
move.
don't think it was a potential relationship, wasn't it?
No, so the part of the story that kind of I guess had never been spoken about was literally 2 weeks before you offered me the tour job. I had just broken off a 5-year relationship, and
With Albertsons.
with Albertsons, yeah, and she meant a lot to me. Those bags.
The old bag.
No, but I broke off this relationship, and I immediately jumped into another relationship, and
I mean, that's how you do it, dude.
that's how you do
That's
it.
what all the cool guys
The
do.
problem with me though is I was like, oh, this is the one, and I kind of knew she wasn't, but I don't know. It just was a thing where I knew deep down I'm not in any shit. I'm about to crash pretty hard, and the last place I want to be is, the last thing I want to do is destroy an opportunity that Steve has given me because I'm, about to become an emotional disaster.
Basket case.
Yeah.
So you weren't at 100%.
It's
So
like,
you
I was-
didn't want to accept the job for Steve because you wouldn't be able to give him your all.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
I was in a relationship, and I just knew. I just like it seems.
But to me, what I love, like, so after that happened, I was talking to Scott or something, and I was like, oh man, like that Daniel guy kind of blew it. You know, it seemed like all he wanted was like a job working for Steve-O and like being a part of this, and like you offered it to him, and he said no. Like, damn, you know, that Daniel guy kind of blew it. That was my impression. I barely knew him. Like, I only met you that day or those a couple days. But then I hear that you fucking reached out, and you're like, right? Like, how did you end up then going to San Diego? Did you reach out and say, actually, I do want a job, or did Scott hit you up?
So
Our warehouse manager Leo was the one who facilitated that.
Yeah. So like
And that was later too.
That was a little bit later too. So like when my new relationship had fallen apart,
Did you become a basket case?
I became a basket case. Yeah. I was like,
What does that look
Yeah,
like?
what does that look
dude, it's terrible. I was on the floor crying, you know,
Fetal
like
position.
His hair
like
gets
a fetal
straight.
position, like a baby, you know, and like,
Would you like not eat? Like,
yeah. I mean, I would just eat like a bag of chips
just eat like a bottle
every
of
now
vodka?
and then, you know. And I was
Yeah, did you drink?
I started drinking a lot. Yeah.
Wow. What
So
does
I
a lot
did
look like?
You saw him last night.
Yeah, we raged last night.
I mean, dude, you were fucking getting ham daddied with the jelly roll last night.
He shook Jelly Roll's hand. He's like, I'm gonna go shake his hand. I was like, good. Go let
Yeah.
him know. And it's cool.
And
Daniel's
Jelly
like
Roll-
Daniel's so good at approaching people. He just says like, hey man, just want to shake your hand. Appreciate you.
Yeah, and Jelly Roll was like, damn, this kid's wasted.
Yeah, he's a nice guy. I wished him happy birthday.
Yeah, that's
But,
epic. Dude, can I just say that, like, when I showed up to his secret birthday party, which he didn't know was a roast, like, with Tony Hinchcliffe, Whitney Cummings, Burt Kreischer, Mark Normand, like, the who's who of the comedy world, like, just got on airplanes to go surprise Jelly Roll with this huge roast. I walk in, like, go right into the green room, and I'm like, damn, look around. I'm like, fuck. I get out my cell phone. I'm like, dude, this is going to be a killer clip. And I'm like stuffing it in everybody's face. And then at the end, like, Jelly Roll's like, please put up your fucking phones, dude. And
Yeah, we had to lock our phones up. Yeah.
The pain in his voice over, like, so he's so over cell phones. And I'm like,
Yeah.
why did I have to be the douche? But it was kind of rad too, and nobody was bummed.
Yeah, I don't think anyone was bummed. I think the locking the phones was also because they were filming it. For
Right.
something, you know,
I
like-
didn't, and I did lock up my phone.
Yeah.
And of course I'm not gonna like film anybody's show.
Of course. But then at the way end of the night, Jelly Roll was like, let's keep the phones away. Like, let's just hang out and have a good time. Like,
Yeah.
you know, I'm here with the band. We don't need to all be like worried about being filmed all night.
Right.
Which I thought was
okay.
cool. Like,
Super cool.
Yeah, so I don't think
But
you
then-
were
but
really
then
even
I-
being a douche.
But then I saw a thing where he's like, all right, man, I've been on tour and with the fucking phones, and he's like, I'm off, and he throws his phone off a bridge, and he's like, he's over it. He's bummed on phones.
All right. No phone Jelly Roll.
Yeah. Kid Rock was there. I got to have a little chat with him.
Yeah, well, can we because I saw Kid Rock, I was like, oh shit, like Kid Rock, because I mean, can we say your kind of saga? You had your
Yeah, we
cocaine
talked about
story you put out
Yeah, yeah.
publicly, and then you ran into Kid Rock, and he's like, bro, that was not cool.
He said,
to
why'd you do me like that?
Yeah. So I didn't know if you guys were cool or not.
I
so
told
yeah.
him, I said, hey man, the last time I saw you, you called me out for, you know, like, he goes, yeah, I mean, dude, it's like, you know, like, it's like you don't kiss and tell. I mean, we did drugs together. Like, you don't speak about it at a public level. And I was like, yeah, but dude, it was legendary. It's like you sing about it, dude. You know, like it's not a, it's like not a revelation. And I told him that I was like, you know, that video too. I said, before I made it live, I showed it to Bill Burr. And Bill Burr was like, yeah, there's no revelations here. There's nothing, there's no news here. I don't see a problem with it. He goes, oh, Bill Burr, huh? I'm going to have a talk with that guy.
Wow.
And then also, like, Bill Burr's not mentioned in the video for doing cocaine. He's like, oh, Bill Burr was cool with you? Tell everybody that I was doing cocaine with you. Great.
Right. What can I say? I trust Bill Burr. And in fact, the only thing I trust more than Bill Burr is the information that I get from my Whoop band. This is my fitness tracking device I wear on my wrist. It's got a waterproof charger that slides right on top so I don't have to ever take it off. And it gives me so much insight into my sleep, my recovery, how I'm going to attack the day. And man, it motivates me to attack my days. Like, good God, I'm exercising like a lunatic. And there's a whole community of people in the Whoop app that know exactly what I'm up to because they get my analytics in the group. We all share it. So the accountability factor and the motivation factor to just get more fit and be more healthy is all there, man. And you can try this for first month totally free, and you get the actual band and the charger completely free if you go to join.whoop.com/Stevo. If you don't love it, then send it back. No problem. Like, you spent nothing. If you do love it, which I do, and of course you're going to love it because it's insane when you have all of this information about how much time you slept in restorative sleep, deep sleep, like REM sleep. Like, it's crazy. Once you start seeing what your body's doing, you start behaving differently to get your body to perform better. And the result is you're way better version of yourself. So again, become a part of this community by going to join.whoop.com/Stevo. And I'll see you in the Stevo's Wild Ride community. Yeah, dude. Let's get back to it. Okay, so anyway, so you're getting absolutely smashed because you're heartbroken over this girl who you knew was not the one.
Exactly, and then
Such a professional. Look at that. Coughing away from the mic.
I began to heal. I started watching a bunch of Karate Kid movies, and I started working out, and I made some new friends. They came over. We would drink, have fun, watch John Wick, whatever. And I was starting to get into pretty good shape, and I texted Scott, and I'm like, hey, man, I know that I missed the boat on the job, but is there anything that is there any way I can rejoin, the cast, so to speak? And he said, well, there's nothing right now, but I'll tell you what, come to Waco. We're going to be in Waco, Texas, or we're going to be in Dallas, and then we're going to drive to Waco for a surfing, vacation.
That's when we made the Buc-ee's video.
Yeah.
So that wasn't too long.
It was like
What exact
6
date
months.
was that, Steve?
The Buc-ee's video, man. I know that it had to have been 2022, right?
Yeah, it was 6 months after I saw you in Dallas.
Yeah.
For the tour.
You know what? I don't remember the date of the Buc-ee's video, but Buc-ee's is this like gas station. It's not a truck. I called it a truck stop, and everyone was like, "Dude, they don't even allow truckers there. They don't allow 18-wheelers there. And truckers are like really mad at them for that.
Oh wow!
And they've got I just love it because it's like their logo is Bucky the Beaver, and I remember the first time I saw a Buc-ee's shirt on the back, it said "Power to the Beaver," and I was like, "Oh my God, that is the most epic shirt!" And I had to know about it. And then so you go in there and it's all this beaver apparel and merch, and I'm just like,
Beaver fever.
Beaver fever,
Yeah.
I'm a beaver believer, and so everybody, I made a whole video about how much I love Buc-ee's. And everyone was like, sell out. And meanwhile, it was not an ad. It was not a sponsored video on any level.
Oh,
I just thought it was
yeah.
funny. I was just making beaver jokes.
Yeah, it was just beef.
You're on the counter skating off of it, right? You're doing tricks off the counter inside.
Yeah, Isaac and I were skating in that video.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
But yeah, in any case. So yeah, we surfed the wave pool. We got in trouble for surfing naked in the wave pool.
Did you
yeah.
crash your car when you arrived?
I did. There was this gate. It was pitch black. I didn't see this gate, and I backed into it. And I was with Zeke and Tommy, and It wasn't that big. We filmed like a little video.
Okay.
And it got a little scruffed up, but it wasn't like gnarly.
So that was the trip on which it was determined that you were going to work in San Diego at the warehouse.
It was. So like, yeah, so I met you guys there, and I had the intention of telling Scott, like, on the vacation. I was going to wait till maybe the last day of the vacation and be like, hey, man,
What's vacation?
I guess like the surfing vacation.
We don't do vacations, bro.
Yeah.
We do business trips.
I was going to wait till
We do
the
missions,
third day.
business trips.
Strike missions and business trips.
Yeah.
The third day of this business trip to ask Scott. So, but before I could even talk to Scott, I went to IHOP
Leo.
with Leo, and you were there, and yeah, we're all there. I think you went back to the hotel.
I went back to the bus.
The bus, yeah.
Yeah.
After the business.
After work was done.
Yeah. After you clocked out.
After the.
So that's then
T's were crossed.
when you moved to San Diego, you worked in the warehouse, and then I was like, oh man, dude, Daniel, you're the greatest, and you moved into my house in LA, and took care of all the dogs and the cats.
Because you were traveling so much, it was like
Yeah.
it just helped to have someone there to do all
Correct. And then lo and behold, you're this great animal caretaker at the house in LA when I'm gone. And then all of a sudden I move out here and I'm like, well, bring Daniel to Tennessee. And it's been epic.
It's been a really epic 2 years.
We haven't even done shit yet.
Yeah.
I mean, we've gotten pretty rad, but the Radical Range is finna gonna get fucking rad.
Yeah. We've scratched the surface for sure.
that. Pretty
Yeah.
epic journey, Daniel.
Yeah.
Stoked for you.
I'm stoked. I'm stoked to be here, man. And I always say this, but thank you so much for
Bro.
bringing me on the best journey of my life. Despite the fact that I blew it once.
You didn't blow shit, dude.
Yeah.
You got a little pussy whip, no big deal.
Yeah, it happens to
Because
everybody.
that was how I understood it. Not that like you were worried about you were going to become a basket case and not like perform at the highest level for me and my crew. I understood it that
Yeah.
you were like, dude, I'm in this relationship. I'm going to give it a shot. I'm going to choose the girl over the job.
Yeah. I mean, I think I wanted to, maybe a part of me just wanted to look cool maybe and say that, I mean, I wasn't lying. Like I was dating this pretty hot chick at the time. And, but I knew there's a deeper, it's something I didn't understand about myself at that moment that I later learned in time, that I wasn't dealing with my 5-year breakup. I swept that under the rug, and I'm like, at some point that'll blow up in my face. Until then, I have this hot new girlfriend, but I knew I was gonna crash, and I did. When the new girl dumped me, that's when I felt the pain of. It felt like I went through 2 breakups. I was dealing with 2 breakups. It was terrible.
So I feel like I'm not going to say anything helpful right there. The new
What do you mean?
the new girl dumped you.
Yep.
Like what had happened with the 5-year girl?
It was it just was a toxic relationship, and I could tell. Like I was with her for 5 years, and I knew. I just asked myself, like, can I deal with another? Me and I don't want to paint her as the bad guy, but I thought, can me and her deal with another 5 years of not being able to get along or see eye to eye on anything?
What a sweet guy. I'll paint her as the bad guy. Fuck her.
No, she's really, her and I, we had like a closure conversation months and months later. It was like it was kind of a goodbye, and it was thank you for all the good things you've done for me. Sorry about all the parts of the relationship I failed. It was like a really forgiving, healthy.
And this was after you were a basket case.
Yeah, this was after
So
all
that did that.
This was after the relationship,
Yeah.
the short one ended. Then you finally talked to the 5-year girl.
Who reached
Yeah.
out to who for that closure talk months later?
I reached out to her.
Wow.
No.
And when you're talking to that evil bitch, was it? No. Weren't you also like you had never been on a plane before? Like, wasn't your flight to San Diego like? I remember Scott being like, "Dude, he doesn't want to get on a like." I'm like, Daniel
I heard
should
you
come,
were,
but
like,
he doesn't want to get on a plane.
He was like, "You're sick at the merch table or something because the next day you had to fly."
Yeah, I had not flown in a plane since I was like 6 years old. And at this point, I was like 30, 31. And I always said to myself, I'm never going to get in a plane the rest of my life unless like a celebrity's flying me somewhere. I swear to God, I told myself that because I never thought, you know, I mean, what are the odds, you know? And so I'm like, holy shit, now it's happening. I have to get on the plane. I made myself this like promise.
That was the
Made
deal.
myself vomit.
What was it about plane? Like you're just scared on a plane? It's just like
Well, I watched a movie called Final Destination.
okay,
That's what happened.
that's what happened. You saw that movie. You said that's it.
That was it. Don't watch that movie.
Okay. Okay,
Amazing.
so wait, pull up like the airplane scene. What happens in a plane in that movie? Anything?
Oh God.
So you watch that, you
Jesus.
say, okay, look, here's how I can do this. I'm just never getting on an airplane. Oh, the whole thing's on an airplane. The first one?
Oh wow.
You haven't seen?
I've only seen the second Final Destination,
Really?
honestly, yeah.
Don't watch the first one.
But I will say it kind of fucked me up, like, because in the second one,
Look at
there's
that,
like
dude.
a dude driving down the road and
horrible.
like a logging truck like falls apart and the log just comes through the guy's windshield. If I'm ever behind a logging truck, I'm like, I'm getting out of
Yeah,
here.
that's what I do.
It's like some Final
I'm glad I
Destination
watched
shit.
Final Destination 2 for that reason.
Okay, what? How else does Final Destination like dictate your life? You know, like what
I mean-
else do you avoid?
I mean, I want to tell you the plot, but I'm gonna spoil it.
I think I get it.
I want to know what the plot is.
All right, what's the plot?
All right, so this guy Devin Sawa,
Wow.
he was in SLC Punk. He's in the new like Chucky TV series. He's the main character in this movie, and him and his friends go on a vacation, and he's on the plane, and he has like a premonition dream type of thing where the plane takes off, and then it crashes, and then he wakes up and he goes, "Oh my God." Or he wakes up and he starts seeing the things that he saw in his dream, like somebody picking up a cup or dropping a thing, whatever it was. Those same things are happening. So he's like, holy shit, the plane's gonna crash. So he starts freaking out and he starts like going crazy. We gotta get off this plane. It's gonna crash. And they're like, dude, chill, relax. And so they throw him off the plane. And now
What do you mean they throw him off the plane?
Had the plane hadn't taken off yet.
the plane had not taken off.
So
yet.
They
were about to take off.
They didn't throw him off. They
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, they before the plane had taken off,
made him get off.
they made him.
Yeah, they
Get
didn't throw
off
him
the
out
plane.
of the plane. This plane's gonna crash. It's like, well, there's the door, bud.
Yeah,
This plane's gonna crash. No, you're gonna crash.
and so anyway, so they ask him to leave, and I think his buddy gets taken off with him. And now they're sitting like at the airport. They're watching the plane take off, and then it explodes, and everyone's then like, "Holy shit, this guy was right!" And he's
So now they think he's a terrorist.
now he's a terrorist. You know, now they don't think he's a terrorist.
What year did this movie come out? But okay, and so
Is
like
Elvis in that movie?
Yeah, I think
he does look kind of like Elvis, but that's not like the.
Dude, like, look at that.
But-
That right where you are. The words are covering an image from the movie, and it looks like Elvis is in the movie.
Yeah, that guy should have played Elvis, not the sexy Austin
Right?
Butler guy. Although Austin Butler did a good job as Elvis.
I never thought of it like that, but he does look like Elvis.
2000. So it's pre 9/11. Yeah, you wouldn't have made that movie in 2002.
Yeah.
or a plane blows up and whatever. But isn't the whole thing like, so they cheated death, so now death is like after them?
Yeah, so now everybody who got off the plane, who survived, like because they got off the plane, they're all starting to die, like one by one through like natural disasters.
It's not, so the plane's not the problem.
Right? Yeah, yeah, that's true. I mean, well, it is in the beginning, but then just surviving life in general throughout the rest of the movie.
So didn't you think that like by avoiding airplanes that you were creating problems in other areas?
Right, not getting on the plane was just as bad.
Nah. I thought as long as I didn't get on the plane, I'm good.
I mean,
Can
to
you
your
imagine?
credit, you've never died in a plane crash.
Yeah.
Can you imagine what was the issue with? Well, I saw this movie called Airplane.
That's a good one.
Surely you can't be serious.
How did the Karate Kid help you through the breakup?
Thank you, Isaac.
Mr. Miyagi.
Really?
Yeah. Mr. Miyagi's lessons. He teaches us that we're like bonsai trees. We have strong roots.
You just have the
And
tears on your face, like wax on. Wax on.
Relationships can be hard. And you know what? You can be hard too. Harder than ever before if you try BlueChew tablets. I'm not kidding either, man. This is how I perform at my best in the bedroom. And who doesn't want to perform at their best and have like a better time than ever? I mean, especially at my age, but at any age, I think BlueChew tablets are a solid call. And if you want to get an entire month's supply of BlueChew tablets totally for free, all you pay is $5 for shipping if you go to BlueChew.com. That's simple. BlueChew.com. Get on there and make it happen, dude. Like, become a harder version of yourself. Entire month's supply for free. All you pay is $5 for shipping. You go to BlueChew.com. Now let's ride this baby home, and happy holidays. And that was all like quite a while ago.
And it kind of helped that my name's Daniels because when he goes, Danielson, you are like root. You are strong. And I feel like he was talking to me directly.
Wow.
So I think that helped.
So you're a very like immersed viewer of movies. You know, you're like, wow, Mr. Miyagi, I think he's talking to me. And then like, anyway, okay.
I
Thought
mean,
that was
because my
gonna go
name's
well.
Daniel, but
Well, dude, you're classic, man. And like you're my family, dog.
oh, thank you, man.
Yeah.
Love you, dude.
I love you.
I love you too, Paul.
I love you too,
Isaac.
Daniel.
Love you too.
Yeah.
It's my boys right here.
Yeah, man, we've been having a good time. Fucking hitting the sauna.
Yeah. I did the Radical Range Bonafide Wellness Center, dog. Look at this fucking dog on my lap.
Yeah.
Does it look like an unhappy dog? Fuck out of here. Okay, so let's shift gears a little bit. Got a few
do
things
it.
we want to talk about. The outrageously offensive list of the 25 most influential pop stars of the 21st century, which was released by Billboard.com, aka Billboard magazine. Number 1, Beyonce. Okay,
Yeah, here we
we gotta explain this, that it's not like sheer album sales. It's a very subjective list based on influence over pop culture.
What is the
People who
the
shaped
greatest pop stars? Is that what it is?
It's,
like what's the
people
title?
who have-
The greatest pop stars.
Oh, okay. The greatest pop stars. I mean, let's see if I remember it. Number 1, Beyonce. Number 2, Taylor Swift. Number 3, Rihanna. Number 4, Drake. Strong disagree there. Number 5, Lady Gaga. Number 6, Britney Spears. I mean, since we're going back to the year 2000, I
Yeah.
think Britney Spears could probably do better, but maybe not. Maybe that's fair. Number 7, all right, that's where I fall off.
Maybe 7 was Kanye West.
Kanye was 7.
And then Justin Bieber.
And then Justin Bieber.
I
like,
mean, yeah, it's because Kanye's amazing. He's an amazing producer. He's a great rapper, but like pop star, like where do I rank him as a pop star?
I think that like just being so prolific with the Yeezys, which was Isaac's point, like just in pop culture, you know. So like, I'll give him that. But Nicki Minaj coming ahead of so many people with no Cardi B on the entire list of 25. I mean, I guess historically, she's got more of a track record. She's got more of a history.
Okay. Nicki Minaj being above Justin Timberlake,
Nicki
Miley
Minaj
Cyrus,
is
and
above
JC
Eminem.
was driving us crazy.
Okay.
No, Nicki Minaj is just after Eminem.
Oh, wait. Oh, right. Okay, so Eminem, then Nicki Minaj, then Justin Timberlake? The fuck, man.
Yeah, Justin
JT?
Timberlake. Because you're talking NSYNC and his
JT.
solo career all in this time period. You know, like
Yeah.
he's
Nicki Minaj ahead of Jay-Z?
Justin Timberlake's probably the only one up there who was relevant the entire 25 years.
For sure.
Like Britney, like came and went. Lady Gaga came later. Like
JT, dude.
JT's almost should be number one. I mean, I don't know. Beyonce, Taylor Swift. All right, I get it. But JT, he did the whole century so far.
Dude,
He's
I have a Justin Timberlake story.
Please. Wait, should we see if Bill Burr's cool with it?
I'm on day 2 of serious bender. Kid Rock was nowhere in sight, but it did also happen in Miami, where the Kid Rock episode took place. Super Bowl. The Super Bowl, I think, was the previous day. Was I with Knoxville? And this might have been where Knoxville was like putting pills on my or in my drink or my food because to get me to shut up. He was just trying to sedate me. Like I was just a lot. He's like, man, here, eat this. I had to pee, and I think I might have been going to go pee in the bushes. But Justin Timberlake comes out of this bungalow. It's like a fancy South Beach hotel. And he comes out of this bungalow. I'm like, man, I gotta pee or something. He's like, oh yeah, jump in, go in my bungalow, whatever, man. I gotta go. But he just invites me to go into his bungalow. I'm in JT's hotel room. Oh, and in the little exchange that we had, he had just performed. No, sorry, Prince had performed at the Super Bowl the day before.
Great performance.
And it was the one where Prince got rained all over. I was like, oh man, I loved seeing Prince get rained all over, man. Dude, you're a way better dancer than him. Because that was my resentment against Prince, because he was a dick to me in person. So I just threw in a jab at Prince, said I liked watching him get rained on. JT, you're a better dancer than him, way better. And yeah, thanks. And I go into Justin Timberlake's, like, it's like his hotel room. I'm like, dude, I'm in here. I could do whatever I want. Like, this shit's in here. But I didn't do anything untoward. I was a perfect gentleman, peed, and then let myself out, closed the door.
Nice. So wait, this was after he did the Janet Jackson Super Bowl show?
I don't know
was
which
that
came
before
first.
Prince?
Janet Jackson Super Bowl.
And like, where's the like 30 for 30 on that?
Prince Super Bowl. And Janet did 2007. Wow, 2007. I was at my worst. I got sober in 2008.
Yeah. So
I was hell.
Circling the drain.
Yeah.
No, Janet Jackson was definitely before that, because I remember I was like in
2004.
middle school. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
But like when he like ripped off her shirt and there was like, the titty was there. You remember that?
I remember the nip slip.
It was like a huge controversy.
Yeah, they called it a wardrobe malfunction.
But like, it wasn't, right? Wasn't it like the plan? Like, have we gotten the full story there? I feel like that was the plan. Like she had this like pierced nipple with like a sun on it. It was like, and he just like, like how does that happen just accidentally?
I don't know.
Pull it up.
Is Janet Jackson on the list of 25?
I don't think so.
Michael Jackson died in 2009. You had to be alive to be on the list?
Well, I think he had to at least release music, Like he wasn't releasing hits in the 2000s, did he?
I don't know.
I don't know. He was in the media, but it was for for the children.
All right. This, we had something else that we were going to discuss. We had earmarked for the
new Kendrick album.
Oh, it's so fire.
Bro, we just got it on loop.
Got it
So
on
good.
a loop.
It's sick.
Oh, man. I maintain that GNX album Kendrick Lamar just surprised the world with is so fire that my 81-year-old father, if he heard that first track, my dad would be like, oh, shit. Fucking Kendrick's. You think that's the name on Kendrick Lamar's driver's license?
Kendrick Lamar? I think that's his name, yeah.
That's so gangster to
Yeah.
not have a, like, Lil.
Yeah, or even like Post Malone. Like, that's not his name.
Right.
Drake, you know, like
It's his full name.
it's just his name.
Wow.
It's his middle name. Is Duckworth his last name? Kendrick Lamar Duckworth?
Would appear so.
That's pretty good. There's, I think a cousin of his goes just as Duckworth.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Dude, you should film your dad listening to Kendrick Lamar.
You
and
know
just post
what?
it on
Like,
Instagram or something.
who is it that I did this with? We filmed my dad listening to, it was
No, Lux was
Yeah,
reading him the Cardi B, the WAP lyrics.
yeah, wet ass pussy.
Yes.
And I think we played it for him, but I think we played him the song, but yeah.
Yeah, but that's more like a, funny, like, vulgar thing.
Yeah.
The Kendrick thing, he'd be like, it's like, I wonder how he would react,
He wouldn't get it.
Yeah, he'd be like, well, it's certainly
Yeah.
something,
Kendrick Lamar, dude.
Yeah, and
Okay.
just like, Drake is just fucking so dead in the water now,
I don't know about dead in the water, but he's like, it's not like his finest hour.
No.
Why are you so mad at Katy Perry?
Oh, dude, I just
Yeah.
hate Katy Perry.
I was
Thank you
wondering the
for
same
asking. Like, seeing her, I didn't like seeing her on that list, but at least she's last. Like, that makes me feel a little better.
Oh, she's last?
Yeah. I don't know what it is. Like, some celebrities, for no reason, this is not fair to Katy Perry. I've never met her. Maybe she's very nice, but I see her in things, and she just seems like an evil bitch to me. Like, I just have that feeling. I feel like her inner circle, like, when she leaves, they all just go like, dude, like, who's gonna kill her tonight? Like, someone's got to do it.
Wow.
That's my hunch. You guys don't feel this way?
I just can't get past her boobs.
She's pretty hot.
Like the most epic boobs like ever to like, right?
Yeah, she's hot. Her music is good too. Like, I don't hate her songs, Like, I just hate her.
I mean,
I
dude,
hate whatever I think she is like as a person.
Look at that the top right picture right there. I mean, get out of here.
Wow.
Yeah, but I mean,
The Maloney's, dude. She's a Melonious.
Thelonious Monk over here.
I mean, I'm sorry.
No, these are valid. I'm sorry.
like-
I don't know why I feel this way.
Here's the
It's just-
bigger question.
okay.
Who's more offensive in this? Like you for assuming she's an evil bitch when you don't know shit about her, or me for only caring about her tits?
It's a good question. I don't know.
I don't think either of us are looking really great.
I don't think we look that good. No. And then I love Adele. That's why Isaac pulled this up. They were making fun of me. They asked, okay.
Like your dream woman is he says, dude.
No. Okay, go ahead.
Isaac says, dude, Paul's dream woman is Fat Adele.
Celebrity crush.
Celebrity crush.
That is not how the conversation started.
Wow, you're blushing.
Dude, this fire's hot.
Fat Adele. I'm like, I didn't know
conversation-
that there was two different Adeles. He goes, yeah, dude, circa 2015 Adele.
That's the best Adele. The question was, what's like your celebrity crush that's kind of like most people don't think so. So it's like, who's your celebrity crush? It's like, oh, Rihanna, Miley Cyrus. Where like the conversation was like, who's someone you think is kind of hot that most people don't? And I was like, bro, Fat Adele.
Okay, I've got one.
Chubby Adele is mine. Okay, go.
The sister in the Righteous Gemstones with the curly hair.
Wow, with like the big teeth.
Yeah, I just think there's something about her. I think that she's dope.
This one?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, she's no fat Adele, but
Okay, but like seriously, like the hottest.
seriously, the hottest I would say like Rihanna or Miley Cyrus.
Oh yeah, not even for me. Kristen Cavallari is like the hottest.
The OC chick.
Yeah,
Oh.
I think that. So I think
Yeah.
she's outrageously
Wow.
hot. I always thought Maria Menounos was
I don't even know who that is.
Maria Menounos.
Oh, sure. Yeah, she's hot. All right, how about you, Daniel? Hottest celebrity chick.
I think I don't know how to pronounce her name. It's Vera Farmiga. She's in The Departed and The Bates Motel.
Isaac's still bringing up Maria Menounos.
Oh. Yeah, okay, yeah. She was hot in The Departed for sure.
Just perfection.
She was super hot in Final Destination.
And then what about a celebrity that like most people don't find that hot, but you're like, she's the one?
You'll have to come back to me.
Did you have
that
one,
one.
Isaac? When we
I
were
think I
talking?
said Aubrey Plaza for that.
Yeah, but everybody's into Aubrey Plaza.
Okay.
Do you like Aubrey Plaza?
I don't really know who that is.
She was in like Parks and Rec. To me, it's like, I mean, she's hot because she's like so funny and like her personality. Like if I just saw a picture of her, I wouldn't really.
Yeah, weren't we going for ones that you don't think are?
Yeah, okay. So I guess it does work.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough. But yeah, Fat Adele. I just want to like, I just want to like cuddle up on a couch and like watch a movie and make out with Fat Adele.
This is now like your third time telling us this.
Okay. Well, I just had to get, we're on the record here.
Yeah.
I love my wife. Okay.
Okay, so hottest dude.
Nice.
Ryan Reynolds. That dude.
Good choice.
Solid.
That dude is absolutely stunning.
Yeah.
What about
Handsome.
Ryan Gosling?
Ryan Gosling, not a bad choice, but he's no Ryan Reynolds.
Oh.
Dude, I was at the 101 Cafe one time, and Ryan Gosling was just kicking it in a booth by by the lobby side.
Oh,
I was like, oh, that's that dude. Didn't say
That's
hi to him
awesome.
or anything.
you're like filming selfie.
Look who I found. I've always been a Brad Pitt guy.
I'm with it.
Yeah, like I could. Yeah.
Wow. Solid choice.
Thank you. How about you, Daniel?
I think Thor.
Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah.
Chris
He
Hemsworth.
is a piece of ass.
Yeah, and he's like a real man's man.
Yep.
Bitch and surfer, too.
Oh yeah.
I think he's proficient. Maybe not a complete ripper, but a legit surfer.
Yeah, in the
That's sick. I
Norwegian.
didn't know
Oh,
that.
you know who is also a surfer and hot as shit, and might have a little bit of a past with Kristen Cavallari, my homie Brody Jenner.
Whoa.
Okay, like there was like one episode of the OC that I remember from like hella back in the day. Wait, not the OC was with the actors, wasn't it?
No.
It was called-
Orange. Oh.
Yeah, the Hills.
Oh yeah. I don't know.
OC had-
Laguna Beach.
Laguna Beach. Okay.
Laguna Beach was Kristen Cavallari. Yeah, the OC was with like
With
the
actors.
actors. yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
So Laguna Beach, and there's this like Kristen Cavallari, like hottest chick ever, and like maybe she had hooked up with Brody Jenner on the show. They're being filmed on reality television. Kristen Cavallari was like trying to like kind of lock him down, be like, hey, so like, you know, like what do you think? Like we should just be like, you know, like I was like she's like trying to say, like let's be exclusive with one another, and Brody Jenner's just like, you know, I'm just like that was the most gangster. Like here, I've just said that I think she's the hottest chick on the planet, and he was just to her face on camera.
Wow.
I'm just not really into time being tied down.
Wow.
Like, I was that, and even then, I was just like, God damn, I worship this guy.
All right. So that's like your dream threesome would be. Weren't they like in high school though? Like, wouldn't she have been like, right? Laguna Beach, weren't they like in high school?
I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, I think so.
I mean, maybe I'm not remembering it right. I don't know.
Maybe they kept filming after someone graduated high school or something, but.
I mean, like, my recollection was that there was no issue with with him having boned her and her begging for more and him being like, "Nah, I'm good."
Respect.
Yeah. Shout out to my man Brody Jenner, dude. What an American hero. Yeah, dude.
Fuck
Man,
yeah.
like it's so like this is what like it should be about. We're having fun.
I always love when we do these. Honestly, this is fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm having fun with it. Love all you guys. Worth mentioning that that the podcast and having to always have a guest and like, oh, like, you know, it wears me out.
Yeah.
I've been toying with the idea of maybe not adhering to an every week disciplined thing. You know what? Maybe it's like, maybe I'll take a little break. Maybe when opportunities to do podcasts present themselves, I'll be like, that I'm into. Maybe there will be like a month, no Wild Ride podcast. And then I'll be like, oh, dude, you know, maybe.
Do you have like a dream guest or like a top 3 that you would just like love to do that you haven't already done?
I would really love to talk to Kid Rock.
Yeah.
Kid Rock and just
be
get
great.
his take on it. And like, well, I think that would just, and just what an American badass, dude. I'm stoked on Kid Rock. I don't know what that episode would be. I mean, I don't know. Like, who would I really... Imagine, like, Eminem would be really cool.
Yeah.
Eminem and I are, like, sober for about exactly the same amount of time. About exactly the same age.
Wow.
And that's about where our similarities end.
And then we get into the rap career, and it's, the paths divert.
Yeah, then we get into our discography. Wow.
I mean, you should do things you enjoy, like,
Yeah.
you know, and watching someone enjoy themselves is like most of what it is. Like, if a band's on stage like hating it, it's not fun. Like, it's fun to watch people have fun, and like,
Yeah.
so yeah, you should do things you enjoy.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with a taking a break.
Yeah, I think that sounds like a healthy decision.
Dude, I went to go see Cirque du Soleil. I really enjoy Cirque du Soleil.
Mm-hmm.
And I realized that I don't want to get this episode dinged by talking about adult entertainment. I'll just say adult entertainment and the circus have a lot in common.
Like what?
Really?
Okay, like they both have like a really like they both have one objective, and they both try to like wrap that one objective in half-ass storytelling. You know, don't try to tell me a story with your circus. You know, just show me the rad shit.
Yeah, right.
Just start jumping.
flip off the thing. Yeah,
Start flipping. I don't need the you know, the beginning and the middle. Just give me the middle.
Right.
Give me the end.
That's so funny.
You know.
Wow.
And then there's another comparison that I noticed, which really, really ruins any circus act. I don't want to see people fall to their death. you know. But like when they're getting way up in the air and and you see them, there's that wire that they clip on. So you know, when they clip on the safety wire, like now you know if they fall or anything, nothing could possibly go wrong. It kind of ruins the thing. And it's kind of like when they roll on the rubber, and you know, like the safety mechanism kind of spoils the entertainment.
I'm with you. This is yeah, you're right.
Really
Right,
valid
but
points.
Also, flexibility is important.
Yep.
In both.
And I find myself in tears. And like I will literally be at the circus watching Cirque du Soleil shows, and I'll be like hoping nobody notices that I'm like literally crying because I'm just so moved at how radical people are. Like humans are so amazing. Like I'm just so moved and just like what people can do, man. You know, and like that's what the circus is, and it just celebrates like the potential of people. And if you don't like walk out of a circus like moved and inspired, and to know that within you is this limitless potential to be amazing, you know, and that's what just makes me cry. So that's another thing in common.
The crying. Also, just being like, wow, like this guy's amazing. Like,
right.
You know, that's all I ever think is like, wow, this guy can really do this better than me. You know.
How many Cirque du Soleil shows can you
Oh
name?
no, I was talking about adult entertainment. I've never seen Cirque du Soleil.
Oh yeah, wow.
I just remember when they did the Beatles one. I like saw like I had to, you know, because they remixed all the Beatles songs. So I remember listening to that.
There's
but I've never seen it.
there's another comparison with adult entertainment. I don't want a theme.
Yeah.
You know, like whenever you know, they do like the spoof, the parody, and it's like the porn version of the hot movie that's out. I don't want that. Just give me I just want my rad stuff. Don't mix it with Michael Jackson. Don't mix it with the Beatles. Don't mix it like, I just want straight radness.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a similarity. Like adult film or Cirque du Soleil. If Michael Jackson's in it, I'm out.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, this was fun.
Hey, you know what? Here's another. Like I didn't look at my watch when we started. I didn't keep track. I didn't look at my watch once while we did it. I am like thinking like I'll like go over like okay, we talked about this, we talked about that, like what's the title, like I was you know, and I just gotta let go of all that. Just let it be what it is, man.
Yeah. Maybe get rid of the titles. Just start putting up episode numbers. That's what we used to do, right? It was like Wild Ride episode
Yeah.
8. Episode 8 and the guest or whatever. I don't know. We don't have to make all these changes. I'm just...
Yep. All right, man. Well, I fucking love you, Daniel. I'm glad you got to tell your story. The footage from El Paso at the Sombrero Games, it exists.
I'll dig it up.
I don't even know. Yeah. And I think anybody who listened through this whole episode, like when, you know, like on the main channel, like when the footage is like actually, you were searching for footage in the warehouse, and like all you had was like I was doing some ad read, and you're in the background, like.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I was in the background, and you saw my back, and I'm like, I'm in a video. Oh my god! It was just you just see the back of my head. But I think it's worth mentioning that like the thing that I love the most about the podcast is that like, you know, us hanging out and like laughing about shit. It's exactly what we see in the podcast, and I just love that. Like anytime I see the podcast, I'm like, you know, I'm just always so stoked that it's no different than when we're all hanging out here, and I like that it comes through on the episodes.
Well, hell yeah, dude. We
Yeah, I
definitely
agree.
have. I would even argue that a lot of the time, like no cameras rolling, just us hanging out like normal, like is way more fun. You know, like we're laughing way harder.
Yeah.
Like, it's and that's what the podcast needs to be.
Yeah.
Or like, dude, when we like watch a movie or a documentary or even like a UFC fight, like the jokes just start flying
Yeah.
and like it's so fun.
Oh, dude, should we have a quick discussion of Randy Andy? Dude, we were on the tour bus just one night. Like I'm clicking through Hulu, and they got a lot of A&E content on Hulu, and they had this 2-part special on like the catastrophic demise of the son of Queen Elizabeth II. One could argue that she died of a broken heart because she was so disgraced
man.
by her shameful son.
He was also like 100 years old. Yeah, that was so gnarly. There was so much we didn't know about him. I mean, I first heard of him with the Epstein thing. I never even knew there was a Prince Andrew.
I think I'm right there with you.
Yeah.
And the fact that he was married to, I'd heard of Fergie, but I didn't know any of that.
Yeah, I
It's a
mean,
real head scratcher, that Fergie part. That the Fergie piece comes in. This guy's like a bona fide, like Leonardo DiCaprio with a cape on, and then all of a sudden he gets hitched to Fergie.
yeah.
What are the highlights?
I mean, basically, he's the Queen's son.
He
He goes to fight in the Falklands War. He's like a
the
war
brother,
hero.
Like the Queen Elizabeth died, so now her son, Prince Charles, is now King Charles. King Charles's brother got his ass kicked out of the royal family. He's got no more royal duties. He's got no more like royal allowance. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
He didn't even really have shit in the first place, but he was disgraced because he was hanging out with Jeffrey Epstein, and he was hanging out with Jeffrey Epstein after Jeffrey Epstein was a convicted lewd with minors dude.
Oh wow.
Convicted.
Yeah, like came out of jail.
And came out of jail. He was in jail for like 18 months on like child predator stuff. And then Prince Andrew's like, "Yo, what's up, dude? You out?"
Bro, let's hang. I miss you, dog. I miss the old days. Yeah, and like, but what was interesting was he was really like what brought down Jeffrey Epstein. Like the reason we all knew about Jeffrey Epstein, the documentary was saying like it really was because Prince Andrew kind of like
Wow.
made it, because the UK tabloids were like, oh, like they loved following him around to see like his debauchery, and it's like, oh, he's hanging out with a convicted like pedo now, and like that became the whole thing. And then yeah, like that
I mean,
was,
we don't want to ruin the show, but it was just like we watched a lot of good TV on that last leg of the tour.
good stuff.
We'll probably watch more awesome TV on the next leg of the tour, which starts, well, I guess as this comes out, it will have started last week.
Yeah, we're on tour.
We're on tour now. Yeah. Or maybe this comes out later. Fucking who cares? All right, dudes. I love you. And, dude, can we just get a shot of Wendy?
Yeah, let me grab a camera.
Wendy over there just not giving a fuck. Wendy's so glad that Moon Pie is on the scene to deal with my needy ass.
Oh, Wendy.
Sweet Wendell.
Beautiful.
All right, man. You guys are the best. How long was that?
My screen.
Hour 20.
Yeah.
And there you have it. The Radical Ranch and all of its glory. I really just feel at peace when I'm at the ranch. And I also feel at peace when I'm on the road. If you see behind me, those of you watching video, I got an ass kicker behind me. A 4-wheel drive, overlanding ass kicker. And I'm jumping in it and getting on the road. I will be somewhere on the highway when this reaches you. And I hope it reaches you in good health and happiness with your family, enjoying the holidays. And man, as always, I love you for sticking around to the end. Thank you, my beautiful street team. All right, I'm out of here, boys. You.